Hi, I'm Andrew Jenkinson and welcome to the Caravan Industry channel. Hi, welcome to another video. Bit of a vlog. Well, no, well, yes, it isn't. It isn't. First of all, what I want to say is that the NEC show is very fast approaching now. It's coming next week, and I'll be there with my YouTube top on, so you can come and say hello. But recently, I did some buying advice and selling advice in Practical Caravan. And this is what this video is about today, really. It's about selling your caravan. Now, we know that selling your caravan usually means people doing a part exchange. And that's great. It makes things easy, you get a decent price, and off you pop. But what if you want to sell the caravan privately? Well, I've never sold a caravan privately, but I've sold a few cars private, and it's pretty much the same thing. Now, a few tips. This one I'm going to say to you is, I have been and looked at caravans with a friend of mine some years ago who was going to buy private, and I know some people who will only buy private, they won't buy from a dealer. So if you're selling your caravan or your motorhome or your camper van for that matter, what is the good thing to do about making it saleable? Well, first of all, find out exactly what sort of price is out there. So check out things like Caravan Finder, eBay up to a point, maybe going down and ask the dealer and just say, you know, I've got this X caravan and motorhome, it's in reasonable condition, you know, and what sort of price I should be asking for it on a private buy. Now the thing is, what I used to find when I was looking at things buying private, people would advertise something and say, it's immaculate, it's fantastic. It was usually a heap of junk. So, again, advice is sell it as it is. In other words, don't try and bolster it up when it isn't all that good to bolster up. You know, and if things aren't working, do tell the people that are looking to come and buy your caravan off you. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's no good sort of demonstrating, or they ask you to demonstrate something else that doesn't work, and you're going, oh well, I haven't got a bottle of gas on or whatever. So, to sell your caravan, first thing I always do is give the van a complete utter wash on the outside, clean it up on the inside, of course, but polish up the windows. There's a video on here about polishing it, and your alloy wheels, again another video on that. Make the van look really representable. Inside, give it a vac, dust it down, and also make sure that everything is working. Your fridge, your microwave, your blown air heating, or your Aldi's heating, your lighting. If there's a bulb out, get it replaced. Because what you want to be able to do is, somebody comes to look at the caravan, first impressions count. So consequently, if they like what's outside, they'll go and venture inside. So make sure the tyres are up. Don't have it sort of sat over that way on a storage bay or in your drive. You know, make sure everything's nice. You know, even give the tyres a bit of a gel up, wash them properly, gel them up, give it that sort of cared look about it. Make sure your battery's charged up if you can. I mean, I know it's not possible on caravan storage areas, but if you're on the driveway at home, or you can ask somebody if you can pop it on their drive and sell it off them, you know, a friend or something, or a relative, make sure it's all plugged up, all the lights are on, and also if it's a bit of a chilly evening, put that heating on. It just takes that edge off it, and people come in and they feel all of a sudden at home in your Tourer. This is the caravan they want to come and buy. Also, make sure that you've not left the last trip's out bacon still stuck underneath the grill and going mouldy and green. Clean everything up. Make sure that fridge has been cleaned out too. All your underneath your lockers, in your overhead lockers where dust gets, it just formulates, doesn't it? Just gathers up. Give it a good clean out. Vac it all out. Make sure the caravan is there literally for them to see and sell. Don't have the awning and a lot of water containers stuck here so that when people come in you're having to move stuff out. Oh, do you mind moving this out for me? What you need to do is have that all there ready. Be there, be prepared for the person to come along and just be able to come straight in and view your Tourer. And also make sure the loo's empty. I know that might sound surprising, but I was talking to a dealer many years ago and he was telling me the amount of people that brought their caravans in, that the loo hadn't been emptied, and yeah, not a pleasant experience. And you see, the thing is, the same thing is if you're selling your caravan even to a dealership. Take the van in, again, do what I said, get it cleaned up, you know, make sure everything's working, and present it to them. Say, look, this is my caravan, come and give me a price. If it's looking really rough, a lot of dealers will just sort of turn their noses up. But if it looks nice, and they'll come on, oh, hang on, you know, this looks a nice half looked after van. Brilliant. You've got them hooked straight away. And if it's nice inside, and of course, make sure you've got a service record as well with it, and there is no damp, of course. They will be more than interested on buying your Tourer, or even giving you a bit more on the trading value as well. And also all the documents that you got with the oven, the microwave, the radio, whatever. All the documents, the proof of ownership, that you've paid it off, it's not on finance, needs to be there. Present it, put it on the table, and have it there ready so people can just come along and have a look at it and explain anything that they need or to be explained about. So any questions, be prepared to answer them. Obviously, make sure the water's working, etc. But anything that isn't right, tell the person that's buying it, and tell the dealer, because at the end of the day, the last thing you want them to do is, I mean, they haven't really got much of a leg to stand on once they've bought the caravan, as long as it's in sound order, etc., and it's yours to sell. You know, if they find that something's not been right or you've not been truthful with them, people get a bit hacked off with it. So make sure that everything is fine on it. I mean, get the caravan serviced if need be, and make sure those tyres are right as well, and you've got new tyres on, and the legs go up and down, you know, easy enough as well. What you want to make sure that caravan is well presented, and also get it advertised. I mean, you can advertise it on the usual eBay, and you can do it, I think, private on Caravan Finder. Autotrade is pretty good. You'll probably get a lot of dealers come in, especially at this moment in time. But at the end of the day, you will get I think you'll get a pretty good response, especially if you've got a good layout as well that people want, especially family van layouts. They're pretty much in demand at the moment. But it's got to be looked after. You know, make sure that anything is been put right. Now then, once you've got somebody buying your caravan, cash, you want really a bank transfer. And, you know, thing is, do not let them hitch that caravan up without that money going through. I've sold a couple of private cars private now, and, you know, the money's not gone through, and, you know, it's a bit embarrassing, but, you know, you don't want that car driving away and money hasn't gone through proper and you're left high and dry. Basically what you want to do is make sure that money goes through. Once it's through, check that it's in your account, then you can do all the signing over of the caravan to the new owner. And also, don't forget, wish them well. And if there's anything, a little bit of an accessory you can give with the Caravan, an extra water container, do that, or a hitch lock, because people just like that. It's a nice thing when you buy something and they go, oh yeah, and then, do you know what, they gave us this and they didn't have done, and it just makes the deal just that nice, a bit nicer to the person that's buying your Tourer. So, as I say, make sure it's all fit to sell. Make sure it looks good. Make sure anything that's damaged, you get it repaired. Cracked windows, try and get that sorted. If not, obviously deduct anything that isn't right and you don't want to mess around getting it sorted. Deduct that off the price of the Caravan. And if you're going to give your awning in with the Caravan as well, again, allow for the extra bit of money that you would probably get for an awning. It probably might be worthwhile you actually taking the awning or selling the awning separate, to be honest with you. But the thing is, once you've sold your Tourer, you're then all ready to roll and go looking for your next one or your new motorhome. And it's the same with motorhomes. Obviously, there's a mechanic side of that, for servicing, all this sort of thing. But again, clean them up. Really give them a good clean up. It's worth spending a day or two, or maybe even get a valeter in to clean it up, because it can make a heck of a difference on the price. I've always looked after my stuff. Caravans, cars, whatever, and I've always got a good price, and it's a nice satisfying comment when you get to when somebody is looking at your vehicle, and especially when they buy it and they say, what was the big choice? It had been really well looked after. As soon as I saw it, I liked it. Quick one, sold one of my daughter's cars because she's car mad, and the car was quite a few years old. Now, there were some problems mechanically with it. We explained that in the sale. Excuse me. And anything else that was, but I cleaned it up. I valeted it out inside. I did all the vinyl. I cleaned that up. I gelled it up. I gelled all the alloys up. I gelled the tyres up. I polished it. Did all the windows inside out. I had people then stopping as they walked past and said, "Wow, that car looks really good." When the guy who actually came to want to buy it takes a good photograph. Oh, that's another thing as well. Look at, I'm forgetting that. When you're selling your Caravan or motorhome, try, if you can, just to take it somewhere where you've got a little bit of scenery around it. There's nothing worse than it's sort of just plonked there and a shot. It does look a bit grim, or you've taken one when you're out in Scunthorpe last or wherever it could be. Try and just sort of take it somewhere and get somebody with a camera to take the shots. I know some phone cameras are very good, and if you've got a very good phone camera, that's brilliant. But get some good pictures. Don't try and be too artistic. At the end of the day, you just want to show people exactly what the van is like. So anyway, I'm diversifying. Anyway, in the end, I sold the car. The guy came across. He'd come all the way from the other side of the country. He came across and he came running up the drive. I came down the drive. He came running up the drive with the money, like 4,000, whatever it was, and he shoved it in my hand. He said, "There you are. There's the money." And I said, "Hang on." I said, "I've got the key here. You've not looked at. I've just seen that car. I love it. I want it." I said, "Well, look, please get in it. I don't have to get in it. I can see how nice it is. It's been well looked after." But I said, "Look, start the engine or it might blow up, you don't know." Oh, so he got in, started, "Oh, fine, brilliant." He said, "It looks absolutely," he said, it looks brilliant. And he was as happy as punch. And that was down to getting that car prepared, getting it cleaned up properly. It was a white car, so it wasn't easy. He needed a bit of TLC, but I'll tell you something, it did look good. And the guy was more than that. He just fell in love with it. And I sold the car a bit like that myself. A guy came all the way from London, and as soon as he saw the car, they just went around it. I said, "Well, it's going to need 2 new front tyres and MOT." That wasn't a problem for them. They were more concerned about the condition of the car. And the guy was going, "There's no dents on the doors." And I said, "Well, what do you want dents on the doors for?" And he said, "Well," they said, "all the cars we've looked at, the doors have been dented." I said, "It's because this car," I says, "I've always watched where I've parked it, and also," I said, "if it's not parked when it's at home, 9 times out of 10, it's sat in the garage out of the way." So prepare well to sell well, and that is very, very true. So if you're selling your Tourer, do those handy little hints. I'll put one up at the end of the video. Things that I would do to help sell it. And again, if you take it to a dealer, your motorhome as well. Again, service records, all that business. Make sure there's no damp, and if there is any damp, do tell somebody, look, we've got a bit of damping. It's not serious or whatever. Let them decide whether they think it's going to be repairable or not. You know, in their budget, and of course allow the price. But make sure everything's clean: sink, cooker, microwave, fridge, and all your bedding is all out. It's all, the van is virtually ready to hitch up, or motorhome, or even caravan to drive away down the road. Right, on that note, I shall go and well, I hope you watch the video I've just done on the eldest Mistral, Crusader Mistral. Really nice van. Done a few reviews on those over the years. Yeah, the 2023 model looks really good. 35 grand plus. It's not cheap, but that's the way caravans are going. And just on one note, and a very quick note, because I've supposed to be going once ages ago. I was on a dealership, and I won't say who the dealership was. I won't even say the guy was. And I went on, and I just had a quick bit of banter. Oh, you know, just seen a new this, new that. I said, wow, I've seen the prices. I said, you know, nearly 40 grand. And he went, well, if that's the way, you shouldn't be looking on the forecourt. And I thought, oh, right, okay. I just thought it was a little bit odd to say, you know. All I was saying was, you know, haven't prices gone up? You know, I wasn't sort of knocking that fact. I knew the reason why the prices had gone up. I wasn't sort of saying the camera manufacturers all of a sudden decided to really rub their hands and say we're going to stick an extra 10 grand on and make lots of profit and the deal will get X amount. I was just saying it as a matter of fact, but it was just like, well, you should be looking. So I was looking, I thought, oh, well, you know. Anyway, see you on the next video, and I shall speak to you soon. Right. And please keep subscribing. And order the books. One's due out now in November, and the other one in December. Ideal for Crimbo. Both books. Get them now. Look on Amazon. You'll see all the books on there, and order away. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you like them. Please don't forget to press the thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.